Hello again, Frugal Force. This is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and if I sound a little odd, sorry, I got a bit of a cold. It just seems like things, challenges never cease right now. But we must persevere. We must always go on. We must always fight and strive against the things that oppose us. Or at least work out a good deal. Anyway, today I'm talking about Amazing Spider-Man number 36. Sorry about all the noise in my office today. Heater, that was the printer going off. Once in a while it has to run up a check. But anyway, it says 2099 is in trouble. And this cover's a little bit misleading because we really don't get squat about 2099 except for like one page. So, I don't know. It's a little bit of a misleading cover if you ask me. Well, anyway, let's get on. I think the cover's pretty cool. Not the greatest, but not bad either. Interesting enough to catch my attention. So we dive on in there, and just so you know, the colorist is Steve Fairchild, whatever. Joe Carmagna is the letter, which he's been a lot in these Spider-Man ones. The ones that are really interesting in this one, of course, once again, is writer Nick Spencer. Yes, the one that bastardized it, ruined pretty much Captain America for a lot of people, and then doubled down by Wade to continue to make it suck. And then, once again, by Ta-Nehisi Coates. But I'm not talking about Captain America. I'm talking about Spider-Man. And, surprisingly, he's done a pretty good job of Spider-Man, and does a lot of little deep cuts and things that sort of almost like they're smacking Dan Slott in the face and making fun of him a little bit, as well as other writers. So he's done a lot of repairing of that damage, and we're going to see a little bit of that damage, cheap shot at it anyway, getting taken care of. And the artist for this is Oscar Bazilda, I don't know, Bazinga! Sorry, dude, whoever you are, I butcher names, and I don't mean any disrespect there. Well, anyway, we're continuing on from this current story where Dr. Doom is absolutely pissed, and we're going on right from there, and it's a very interesting thing is Spider-Man right now is working on this tack that's sort of, let's just see possibilities of the future. So they're using this tool to figure out what to do about the Dr. Doom situation. Came to New York and he's breaking stuff apart, which to say he's causing a lot of damage because he is pissed after the assassination attempt of him. And so he's using this to get ideas, and we get to see a few of the ideas and how they don't pan out and what the results of those were. So, for example, he says, over and over, I ran possibilities through the clairvoyant and Lila, which in other words, this is like Groundhog's Day Groundhog Day technology. I try an all-hands approach, and we see all these superheroes going against him. I try leveling up, and we see him in armor like Batman did when he fought Superman. I even try time travel at one point. And then this next panel, you can tell it's a shot. It is a shot at Marvel. The very people that he works for says, I get really crazy, but no matter what I do, and that's with him shaking hands with Mephisto. Anyway, we look at that. No matter what he does, it always ends the same. Doom triumphant. Usually with me, dead. And then it says, heck, sometimes Doom ended up stronger than ever. And speaking of heck, and here's another shot at Marvel where we have Mephisto again. Yeah, had to know that was gonna end badly. And that's a picture of him and Doom hanging up and like chained in hell with Mephisto, which once again is a really deep cut for the people about One More Day, knowing that Peter Parker made a deal with Mephisto to keep alive none other than Aunt May after a gunshot wound because he was dumb and revealed himself for his identity to the world, which that went real great. How's that going for you, Superman? How's that going for you? Because that Superman just did that very stupid thing in DC Comics, because DC Comics couldn't learn from it either. Whoops, all those noises happening. I do apologize for that. So anyway, in this issue we had those two deep cuts. Good job, Spencer. Bravo for those deep cuts. Anyway, so Spider-Man finally just figures out what to do, and that's just telling him flat out what happened, what's up. So after getting his butt kicked quite a bit, he gets through to Dr. Doom. But before the issue's over, too, we have some other segues and other parts. Like a part with telling us a little bit about what's going on with Spider-Man 2099, a little bit, but not much there. The interesting thing is to get back to Silver Sable. Now, remember Silver Sable was in bed and was hurt. And so anyway, she's getting pumped full with the Infinity Formula. So she's going to be perfectly fine, but we see more story development for Silver Sable from there. So we're taking characters another way, by the way, that Nick Spencer is fixing Dan Slott mistakes, because if you don't recall, Dan Slott supposedly killed off Silver Sable because, Dan Slott doesn't give a crap about anything but his own story, no matter how twisted and out of character it is, because he's more of a big picture guy and he fails at the execution in the smaller points to do that. Whereas Nick Spencer, he does both, even though he's failed at big picture. Don't get me wrong, that Captain America, oh gosh, don't get me started on that Captain America, oh, that makes me want to vomit right there. But he has been doing a pretty good job of Spider-Man, which maybe, he did a good job with Superior Foes of Spider-Man. If you haven't checked out that series, I did a whole video series on it a long time ago. And you know what? He's doing a good job in general here. Now, stories aren't always great, I'm not saying that, but they're much more in tune with Spider-Man. So there we are. There we have it, Spider-Man number 36. The Amazing Spider-Man artwork was decent. It was definitely passable. Nothing stupendous. The backgrounds were a little weak, in my opinion, on this issue. But it is what it is. And the story definitely moves a bigger picture story with Silver Sable and what's yet to come, while putting a little bit of closure to the smaller arc with Doctor Doom here. But it also lays some underlining potential big story issues too, with the technology that Peter Parker and that classmate that he's working with is been working on now that they've got that power source. So what problems can it be when you can see predictions of what the future will tell? Where have we seen that before, Marvel? That's not exactly original, is it? Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments. If you didn't, let me know in the comments too. What do you think about Nick Spencer and how he's been handling Spider-Man? Do you like a little bit of the knee jerk or little back smacks he does to the corporation there that he works for, smacking up the writers a little bit for their dumb decisions with Spider-Man? Yes, Joey Q, we're talking about you. And you, Mr. Slott, believe it or not, Spencer's actually fixing or dealing with a lot of those mistakes that have really tainted the Spider-Man series. So I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know. Help support this channel by giving me a bump in the comment section below. Spread these videos around if you don't mind, because we really could use them. Alright, until next time, keep it frugal.